Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. It's now time to bring you that conversation on our latest conversation. And government in 2017 introduced the flagship program, Planting for Food and Jobs, to modernize activities of smallholder farmers. This was to lead to an increase in food production, create jobs, and provide raw materials for agro-based industries. Well, since its introduction, there has been an increase in the prices of fertilizer and other inputs, and this has quadrupled food prices from markets and other avenues. So here's what the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana is doing. It's been assessing the Planting for Food and Jobs program, and they'll be joining us to share portions of a yet to be released report. And we will be joined by Charles Nyaba, Executive Director, Peasant Farmers Association. Good morning to you, Mr. Nyaba. Thank you for joining the program.
Good morning, and let me say good morning to your listeners and your team.
Well, we appreciate your time this morning. So tell us exactly what you've been doing in your assessment of the Planting for Food and Jobs program. We've had occasions where we've engaged you, but just tell us the modalities in this particular assessment.
Okay, thanks so much. So as you said from your introductory, the Planting for Food and Jobs was actually established to modernize the activities of smallholder farmers. The aim was to increase their productivity, ensure that we have enough food to consume, and also for industry and to create jobs. So we have been following events from the implementation since this inception, and several issues are coming up from our members about poor implementation, poor quality of input supply on the Planting for Food and Jobs, and then high prices of inputs on the Planting for Food and Jobs. So we decided to actually carry out a survey of our members across the entire country to find out their perception about the 2022 implementation. We did that because after the former Agric minister resigned to contest the presidency, we thought that it was an opportunity to discuss with the incoming minister to share farmers' experience to help him redesign the implementation. So we've done that. We had our first engagement in northern part of the country in Tamale, where stakeholders ranging from farmers, fertilizers dealers, seed dealers, mechanization service providers, extension officers all met, and then we deliberated over the issues, and a lot of interesting issues are coming up. So we are doing similar one in Accra tomorrow, where we are bringing similar stakeholders, including the ministry itself, to share some of this finding to see whether that can inform the new modalities that the new minister wants to introduce.
So this is in anticipation that that minister would even want to make any changes. Have you gotten any form of assurance or hint that that is going to happen?
Yeah, so contrary to the previous minister who did not believe in the consultation, I think we've already been consulted on 2 occasions on what he intends to do, which we think is good to consult, because if you consult and then you fail with the people. So we thought that just consulting with the executive alone is not enough. So we have now taken the efforts to now consult broader membership and broader stakeholders to provide him with the findings. And I think he's just about finalizing the new modalities. He's aware of what is going to take place tomorrow, and I'm sure provisions will be made for the recommendations to be considered.
Kindly share with us, you say you've done this in the northern part of the country. Kindly share with us what the findings were. What did the farmers complain about?
Yeah, so we looked at the various areas, and the major areas of farmers' concern, which actually influence the food prices we are currently experiencing in the market, are the prices of fertilizer and seeds for 2022, and then quality of PFJ inputs that were supplied. So if you take price, for instance, we're trying to find out farmers' perception about the prices. Did they think that the PFJ prices were okay? 92% said the prices were extremely high and that they could not afford. And they try to compare the price of 2021 to 2022. According to them, if you buy 50 kg fertilizer for 2021, it was going for 96 Ghana cedis. The same 50 kg of the NPK fertilizer increased to 320 Ghana cedis in 2022, the PFJ fertilizer. That is about a 233% increase in prices. When you also take the quality, which was their major concern, majority, about 80% said the PFJ seeds and fertilizer was of poor quality. Only 50% said the quality was okay. And then if you also take timely delivery, about 50% said they received the fertilizer at the time that it is not needed. So these were some of the issues that actually came up. And what is the effect of all these things in their productivity? We tried to look at that, and then we have over 80% of them said that they have to reduce fertilizer application. We have another over 80% saying that they have to switch from producing crops like maize and rice to producing other crops like soybeans and cashew nut that do not require too much fertilizer. So you can see that that has also translated into supply of maize in the market. So because of high cost of maize due to low supply, we also have over 70% of poultry farmers scaling down their productivity. And even the 30% left, upon talking to them, they said they have to also reduce their farm sizes to half. So that's why when you go to the market today, in some markets, you may not even get maize to buy. In other areas, the price will be expensive. When we come to tomatoes, most of the tomatoes farmers said they did not actually receive any support from the PAP. So they have to quit from tomatoes production. So now we have to depend on Burkina Faso for tomatoes. There are issues that are also emanating from Burkina Faso, which has to do with Boko Haram and other things. So our market women are not able to go there to bring tomatoes. The reason why when you go to the market today, you buy 2 fruits of tomatoes for about 5 cedis. So all this, and we think that as citizens who are producers at the same time consumers, we should be concerned, and we should help government to succeed to ensure that we have enough food in the markets for all of us.
So tell us more about tomorrow's program. Who will be in attendance? Is it going to be online? Interested persons? How do interested persons access the program?
Yeah, so tomorrow's program, we are actually bringing in all the actors in the agriculture value chain. The Ministry of Food and Agric itself will be there. We have CSIR will be there, PPISD, who are in charge of quality control of fertilizer and seeds, will be participating. We have the fertilizer importers and then retailers. And then we have farmers representatives from all the regions who will be coming to also share their experiences. The media, like yourself, we expect you to be there because we would like the discussion to go far for our farmers who are in the rural areas to know what is happening. We've also engaged Parliament. We are hoping that they will be part. We are bringing Parliament because in 2021, there was a law that passed restricting the export of some of the commodities. After that law was passed, like soybeans, it was to create enough soybean for our local processors to be able to process enough to feed the poultry industry. As we speak, the local processors are not buying. Soya farmers are stuck with their soya grains. They can't sell to produce again. So we think that we need to bring Parliament into the picture to also look at issues surrounding that area. So I think we are bringing almost all the actors in the agri-value chain, and we expect those that we left out who will be willing to listen to this interesting conversation to also join.
Charles Nyaba is Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, and he was just giving us some information about the association's assessment of the Planting for Food and Jobs program and its contribution to our development. And one of the takeaways is that the association believes that the new minister is more welcoming in terms of their input in the particular program. And so it's one of the reasons why this assessment is happening, so that they can share information with him and improve the program.